Hello, and thank you for joining me today on Social Security 101, where you need to review, plan, and retire with confidence. I'm Jill Sallis, a local life and health agent here in the San Antonio, Texas area with Oak Leaf Advisors. Thank you for joining me today. Start planning today, because retirement just is not about savings and investments. It's about making the most of your benefits that you've earned over a lifetime of work. Social Security is one of the cornerstones of retirement income, but many people don't understand how it works, when they should claim it, or how their decisions impact a long-term financial security. Did you know that for most retirees, Social Security makes up 30 to 40% of their retirement income? Without proper planning, you could be leaving thousands of dollars on the table of Social Security. These mistakes, it's been reported, can cost a family up to $110,000 plus over a lifetime. With over 2,700 rules governing benefits and literally thousands of claiming strategy, it's no wonder 96% of people claim suboptimally. As a registered Social Security analyst, I can help you achieve the optimal claiming strategy to ensure that you receive every dollar that you've earned and you're entitled to. In today's video, I want to talk about several objectives. I want you to understand what Social Security is and why it matters for retirement, knowing the basic eligibility rules, identify when you can claim Social Security and how timing can impact your payments. Recognize the different types of benefits. Learning how these benefits are calculated and what factors can increase them or decrease them. Understanding how taxes can affect Social Security income. And seeing the connection between Medicare and Social Security. What is Social Security? Social Security's official tax name is Old Age Survivors Disability Insurance, or OASDI. This program was created to provide income for retirees, disabled individuals, and survivors of deceased workers. If you are currently a W-2 employee, you will notice that this is called FICA on your payroll stub. Employees pay 6.2% of their earnings. Employers match that at 6.2%. And if you're self-employed, you pay 100% of the Social Security, and that is 12.4%. Now, if you make over $176,100 for 2025, there is a max earnings subject to Social Security tax. If you make above and beyond that, you're not taxed more than 6.2% for Social Security. What are the eligibility rules? Well, typically you work 40 credits or 10 years of work are required for retirement benefits. You can earn up to 4 credits per year. When can you claim Social Security? Well, you can claim early, but claiming early will reduce your monthly benefit, and that can be up to 30%. You can claim at your FRA or your full retirement age, which is anywhere from 66 to 67. You can delay taking your Social Security up to age 70. And each year that you delay past your FRA, that increases your benefits by about 8% per year. So let's take a look at what full retirement age is, or FRA. So full retirement age is when you get your full Social Security benefit that is unreduced, and that is known as primary insurance amount, or PIA. If you take a gander at the chart to my right, you will see the years of birth and the full retirement age. So if there are some baby boomers listening, and they were born between 1943 and 1954, they can retire as early as 66 to receive their FRA. If you retired between 1955 and 1959, you are 66 plus either 2, 4, 6, 8, or 10 months. And if you were born 1960 or later, your full retirement age is 67. What are the types of benefits? Well, there's retirement benefits, and that's based on your earnings history. There's spousal benefits that are up to 50% of your spouse's full retirement benefit. There's survivor benefits. So for any widows or widowers and sometimes dependent children, they can claim survivor benefits. And then there's disability benefits, and that is due to a medical condition that is qualifying for Social Security, and they are able to get SSDI if they're unable to work. How are retirement benefits calculated? In a nutshell, by a formula. But Social Security looks at your earnings history and adjusts them for inflation. How do they do that? Well, they take your top 35 years and they average those out, giving us an average index monthly earnings. Those 35 years of work do not have to be consecutive. It's just your top 35 highest earned years. Then there is a formula that we run your AIME through, and it has what's called 3 different bend points. And you can think of those like tax brackets, but it's really just for benefits. And every year this formula changes on the bend points. And as a result of averaging your monthly earnings, getting a bend point, we come up with your PIA, or your primary insurance amount. And that is what you will get as a monthly benefit at retirement age, or your FRA. Medicare and Social Security, while these are two separate entities, they still collide at some point. In this video, I'm only going to talk about the tax. Medicare tax is known as hospital insurance tax. Everyone pays 1.45% on all your earnings. There is no cap to that. Employers pay 1.45%. If you are a high earner, there is an additional Medicare tax of 0.9%. That is above a certain threshold. So if you're married, filing jointly, that threshold is $250,000. For single filers, head of household, and qualifying widowers with dependent child or children, that amount is $200,000. And if you're filing separate, but you're married, it's a $125,000. Taxes and Social Security. Benefits may be taxable depending on your combined income. What is combined income? Well, combined income is your adjusted gross amount plus your non-taxable interest and half of your Social Security. A lot of folks, and a misnomer, is that Social Security is not taxed. That is a myth. You can be taxed up to 85% of your benefits for higher income retirees. So what does that look like? If you're single or you're married filing joint, I've created a chart for what that combined income looks like and the percentage of taxable benefits. So if you're married filing joint and you make $32,000 to $44,000, you may be taxed up to 50%. And Social Security Administration has created a link that can tell you whether or not your benefits are going to be taxable. I'm going to click it here, but I'm also going to put it down below. Are your Social Security benefits going to be taxed? It takes about 9 minutes, but you can begin here, and it requires you to put in some information, and it will tell you whether or not your Social Security benefits are taxable. What are your next steps? If you don't have a Social Security login, today's the day that you need to set one up. Otherwise, if you already have one, thank you and congratulations. Log into your socialsecurity.gov account today and review your statement, because you need to know, one, what your numbers are so that there is no surprise when you get ready to retire. You also need to know when your FRA is. Check your Social Security benefits every single year. Don't leave your retirement income to chance. One of the best times to look at your Social Security benefits is when you're getting ready to do your taxes, to make sure that what's being reported to the IRS is actually coming over to Social Security. And that way, if there's any issues, you, the wage earner, needs to get that fixed. And you need to make a plan before you claim, because that timing can mean thousands of dollars over a lifetime. Now that you understand the rules and the strategies, we need to apply those to your specific situation. You can scan the QR code and schedule a Social Security analysis with. So I'm really excited that my website, www.oakleafadvisors.com, is coming very shortly. Thank you so much for joining me today. Take care and be well.